You're 5 and 7, seeing as you're not pointing in my direction. You're 5 and 7 into Forest Hill, mate. And, yeah, so what did you say? Did you say T-9000?
No, it's a Trio TR-9000. This is about the 6th one I own, and I had one since last summer, and I sold it just over a week ago, and another one come up on eBay for having that, and and I bought it. Literally got it out of the box, took a photograph, put it on Facebook. Thought, right, I best go because I've got to take my wife somewhere in a minute. I thought I best go and just double check that it works before I leave the person feedback on eBay. I mean, they sold it as like untested apart from switching on, but it come with the microphone, the power lead and everything. But it's a little multi-mode Trio rig. As I say, I've had about 6 of them, and all I'm noticing at the moment is the power seems to be flicking between about 8 and 11 watts. Now, they're a 10-watt rig, and the needle is chunking around a bit. But anyway, you're 5 and 6 to me, as I'm using the beam only because I brought it into the loft, and I've only got the beam in the loft. The vertical is down in the garage, and I was going to try it on SSB. So, yeah, there's the horizontal versus vertical polarization as well. And I was going to talk to you about the Quansheng. I don't know that I've really got the time at the moment, but I just wanted to ask a few questions because I've got 2 of them and I've done no mods yet. I've actually done none of the little receive capability mods. I just wanted to know if when you do that, if it messes up the 2 meter 70 SEMS transmit capability. Anyway, back to you there, 2E0 EUI. This is MR0 JCF.
MR0 JCF 2E0 EUI. No, not to my knowledge, mate. No. I mean, you've got limited output anyway on the other frequencies. It's like milliwatts, microwatts, you know. It's mainly for receive, isn't it? So, but no, doesn't ordered it on 2. That'd be fine. It's just the chip. It's the chip they're using it, isn't it? If you read the README file on GitHub, it's the chip in there. It just allows it to do that. There is a gap in the frequencies, and they state that on there. But yeah, it's mad what it can do, really. 15. I got mine 15 quid without the base charger. I do it with USB-C charge on the old phone charger. I've got a 67 watt fast charger, so it does it fine. So yeah, good. Yeah, no, it sounds like you've got yourself a nice little bargain there, mate. It's working, and I'm sure a man of your capabilities will get it straight and up and running soon.
Yeah, I probably will. As I say, I've got to test it on SSB. That's probably, if it's going to go wrong, it will be SSB. But what I'll do is I'm going to say quickly go and sort out my wife. Then maybe this afternoon, after 3 o'clock. I should be back in here and I'll give it a go on SSB as well. But yeah, say the radios, I paid 16 quid and 14 quid for mine. And I want one to take to the USA in October, just to use it on 70 SEMS, 2 meters and 220 megahertz, the 1.25 meter band. And then I'm going to take if I can, it comes down to the station manager, whether I might take a small QRP HF rig as well, and see if I can do 10 and 40 meters there, just to say that I've done it, you know, not because I need to, I just fancy it. And as I say, I want to do the 1.25 meter band out there, if anyone's around using it, just to actually say I've done it, I've ticked that box, you know. And yeah, as for the receive capabilities, I think I was one of the first people on the Quansheng Facebook group to post up various sites you could go to for the modification. I just haven't got round to it myself. But I'm sure I will at some point. I just got to get my finger out. You know what I'm like. I'll buy and move radios around left, right and centre, but spout a lot, but don't apparently do anything with them apart from use them. Anyway, listen, mate, I best get off. Otherwise, I'm going to be late getting my wife where I've got to get her, and I'll be back on a bit later. But I do appreciate this check. And as I say, it's a nice soak test. You're giving me plenty of time to be a ratchet it jaw and give it some beans. As I say, it seemed to have settled around at this part of the spectrum anyway. It seems to have settled around 8 watts. That said, if I was to go up to 144 megs, then I'd probably be putting out 1011 because the aerial is optimized for the SSB section of 2 meters, whereas the vertical is optimized for the FM section. All right then, mate. Listen, Damien, I'll catch you later. Thanks for coming back to me, and we'll talk further. And as I say, I may well get a laptop out and see if I can bust one of my radios. I mean, I knew that the transmit capabilities on all the other bands was a bit rubbish, and rightly so, because they're not designed. There's no filtering for the other bands. But I just wanted to know if it also messed up the transmit capabilities of 2 and 70. Not that it was a big problem. I mean, for 15 quid, blimey, you can experiment to your life's content, can't you, and just chuck them in the dustbin. But I may well have a go at that. Okay, I think that was a long enough over to let the smoke out, and the smoke ain't come out. I'll catch you later, mate. And thanks again for the quick radio check that turned into a bit of a rag chew there. And he says just going on and on and on. All right, mate. Take care, and bye-bye for now.
All right, mate. No worries, mate. 7 for you get the XYO off, mate. And don't worry about it. Yeah, if you mod the firmware, you can always revert it back to the factory default anyway. So I wouldn't worry about it, mate. It's just that chip allows you to do that. All right, mate. 7-3. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. 2-0 going clear with M0JCF. Catch you later.
Yeah, okay, mate. M0JCF now clear. The frequency is clear for use.
So this okay on SSB? Back to you.
Yeah, okay then. Well, that means this radio's about 500 to 600 hertz off, which, given its age, isn't bad. This is yet another TR-9000, Frank. The one that I had, you remember, I used to use it on the Sunday morning net, and sometimes it sounded like somebody was boiling a kettle on both transmit and receive. So I sold it. I sold it last week, and at the same time last week, I had this one come up for sale. So I bought this one, and it could be bad, it could be worse, it could be much better. But at the moment, as I say, I've used it on FM. It seems to be working okay, and well, now SSB, I know I'm about 600 hertz off. So at the end of the day, so long as I know where I am, it shouldn't be a problem. It just means that I've got to show 500 hertz higher than I think I want to be. So if I was CQing on 144 300, which I was, I should have been on 300.5, and that would have given me probably a better chance of somebody hearing me, because it was quite Donald Ducky when you was calling me. I take it you saw my message on the WhatsApp there, Frank. Back to you.
Yes, M0JCF or MRJCF. Yep, I did see your message on the WhatsApp, and I thought you was going to come on FM, so but no, then I read it again, and you want to be on SSB. Right, okay, I'm on SSB, and what I'm going to do is going to go up to 0.5.
I'll go up to 0.5. That's my heart.
290.5, and now obviously all sound different to you now on this particular frequency from my end.
Back to you, Mark, from
Hey, please.
Yeah, what I had to do, I think I've gone the wrong way. I'm now on 291. To make you sound correct, I've had to go to 291. So I got my calculations wrong in my head. It's actually reading high, so I have to knock it back. But anyway, we're okay, Frank. I mean, how do I sound now? Because I've adjusted to you. Back to you.
You're sounding okay, Mark, no problem at all. Clear, crystal. No deviation in your voice. It's all sounding quite clear from your end. And I'm on 290.5 at the moment, so I might be slightly different to what I was before. But anyway, I found you coming up on the WhatsApp, because I was actually back on the computer while I was doing things, and I was sending a T-check to Martin to pay for the T-bill. That's what I was doing while I was up there. And I heard the WhatsApp go, and I checked to see what it was, and there was yourself there calling for somebody to give you a check on 2 metres. Back to you, Mark, from GCFTV.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that, Frank. I beamed, well, the beam was facing east, and I tried beaming east, then I went south, then I went northeast, then I come round to west. So west is pretty much beaming your way anyway. Obviously, it's horizontal. I mean, you're 5 and 9. I would imagine that you're using a vertical antenna, so that would why there'd be a discrepancy. I'd expect you to be wrapping the needle round the stop. The radio's putting out 10 watts, both FM and SSB now, and the audio sounds good. As I say, so long as I know where I'm meant to be, as I say, I just I'll always set it 500 hertz lower than I need to be, or is it 500 hertz higher? Oh, I can't remember. And I'll tell you what, Frank, let me go back to 290. You come and find me and tell me exactly what you got on your display. I'm going back to 290 on my radio, so that means I'll be way off for you. I'll be really sounding like Donald Duck, and then you tell me where you spin your dial. And when I sound human, you tell me what frequency I'm actually on, yeah?
Yep, we'll do that, Mark. You...
Yeah, G0FDP, this is M0JCF. G0FDP, M0JCF. Okay, Frank, I'm showing 144900. Sorry, 2900. So my display is correct, but I would imagine my actual transmission is off by anything between 500 and 600 hertz. Back to you.
Yep, okay, Mark, and you're quite correct. If you're on 290, I'm on 289.55. Back to you.
289.55. Okay, yeah, 289.55. Yeah. So I am. I'm actually 500 hertz lower than I should be. My display says 290, but you're showing me actually transmitting 500 hertz, so half a kilohertz lower. Frank, that's absolutely fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic. I know where I am. I can compensate for that. I'm not getting inside this radio at this moment in time. They're a little bit tight. They can be a nightmare, and I don't want to put any problems on it by moving wiring. Look, mate, I'll let you get back to you sorting out your tea and coffee for the club. I'm coming up the club on this Thursday. I've got a load of components for Jakub, and I've got an antenna for an M7 called Mark, and I'm giving it all away. So I'll be bringing all that down on Thursday. So I'll probably catch up with you then and have one of your superb coffees from the jar and the big old water heater. Frank, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you later, mate. Cheers for that.
Yeah, Mark, Dave Sister K on the side. Be there next Thursday, as it's the first club meeting of the month of July. And I think Monday, obviously, I think Monday's the first Monday in July as well. So we may be doing a bit of knocking around on one top band as well with Guy. We'll see. Anyway, 73, and I'm going to nip back and continue what I was doing on the laptop. Cheers. Bye-bye for you now, Mark, from GCFTV.
Yeah, cheers, Frank. I think someone else come up as well. I'm sure he said the call sign FDK. Cheers for that, Frank. 73, mate. Yeah, catch you on Thursday. Who else came up on this frequency?
It's Dave, G8ZZK.
G8, go again?
G8ZZK.
Oh, G8ZZK. Sorry about that, Dave. I was miles away then. And right, where am I pointing? I'm off the back of the beam to you, because you're down West Kingsdown, Brands Hatch way, aren't you? And you're giving me as good a signal as Frank was. I take it you're beaming my way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to swing the beam round to you, Dave.
Yeah, Mark, while you're swinging the beam round, one of the things you can do to check your frequency is you can use the 1K tone that comes out of the repeater up here. And what you do is you take the audio feed from your radio and feed it into a PC with something like Spectran. and you tune till you get a 1K tone, over.
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, Dave, I had to drop the microphone and reach for the switch. The beam swung right round now, just past the east. Yeah, sorry, I did actually hear the beacon, you mean, FDZ's, Chris FDZ's beacon. Yeah, I heard that earlier, but to be honest, I didn't pay much attention. It was just, oh, I'm receiving that okay. I mean, it's on our doorstep, isn't it? But yeah, I know that. And also, to be honest with you, Dave, I have actually got some very nice frequency counters here. The Optoelectronics, I've got the Scout, and I've got the next model from that. And when I checked with that earlier, it showed me about 300 hertz off, so they might need a bit of a calibration themselves. But no, it's I picked this radio up. It arrived today in the post. I bought it on eBay last week, or just before the weekend, I think it was, and it arrived today. So I just wanted to have a quick check. On FM, it was no problem, you know, the world in his dog's monitoring FM, but a bit touch and go with SSB, especially when you got 10 watts and you're you know, you're not sure who's listening what direction. Having said that, that's something I was going to ask you, Dave. I'm using your 9-element LFA. What's the gain on that antenna? Can you remember? Back to you.
I think it's something like about 12 dBs. At the moment, I've got you tuned in on decimal 289.2. So you're a little way off, but not too bad. I haven't beat this against GBVHF, the beacon, for a couple of years, so I may be a little bit out, but not that far. The one thing you can say is that 1 kilohertz tone out of Chris's beacon is very accurate because of the way it's derived. If you go onto the website, it does explain there about the 1K tone. It's 1K down off of the beacon frequency of I think it's 430, isn't it? Decimal 430. And that's a good way to align your radio if you need to be able to check anything. But yeah, frequency counters can be a little bit out, like you say. But your audio's fine. You're just showing a little bit of frequency. I tuned you to get an audio that I recognised as yours. So all in all, it's pretty good. Your yeah, as I say, I think it's about 12 dBs going on that antenna. So anyway, back to you from G8ZK.
Oh, superb. Yeah, do you know what? I think I might do that. I might have a play down at GB3 VHF. Yeah, 430. So it's 144, 430. And yeah, I get a nice clear tone and I can hear the data at something like 429 or 428. But yeah, it's something that I'll play with later. So long as I know I can compensate. As I say, you know, you never know with Frank's equipment. I think he was using, was it his ICOM 706 possibly. I didn't ask him what radio he was using. I mean, most of my gear's old, so none of it's on frequency at all. The TS830S that I use on HF, I mean, that's 300 hertz off, but I can compensate with that. But, you know, it's all good fun, mate. You know, if it was easy, we wouldn't do it, would we? But I'm glad that you popped up and it gave me a check as well. It's a nice balance between the reading you've given me and the reading Frank gives me, and you know, a little bit of playing about, and I'm sure at some point I'll get me hands inside this one, but it won't be just for yet. The only other thing that isn't so good with this one is it's got no push to talk for a linear. I've got a 100-watt linear here, and you know, there's no push to talk, so I don't know if it's RF sense or not, but you know, it's no problem. So what, 12 dB, so that's 10 20, 40, it's 160 watts ERP going your direction from a 10 watt radio. Now, obviously, I haven't accounted for losses, etc. The cable that I'm using is Ultraflex 7, so it's not a bad old cable, using decent connectors, etc. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. If we said I had a 3 dB loss, you know, that's still 9 dB again. So, yeah, you know, it'll do for now. And when there's a bit of troppo, I'll see if I can beat my record of Sweden. I think it was just over 1,000 kilometres with 25 watts. So, yeah, it'd be nice. Be nice to work some distance on 2 metres. Okay there, Dave. I'm going to go now and I'm going to have a quick play on 10 metres. I was there this morning. Actually, I was talking to a bloke in Gotland, you know, the island in between Sweden and Finland. I had a nice long chat with him. Then a couple of people down in the Balearics and Spain, some nice long old rag tunes with them. So I'm just going to see if there's any sporadic E, and then I'll probably jack it in for the rest of the day. So all the very best. G8ZZK, this is M0JCF.
M0JCF from G8ZZK. Yeah, just to let you know, you're drifting down a little bit. You've drifted down about 80 hertz. And the signal coming in here on a reasonably well calibrated S meter is S9 plus, peaking S9 plus 5. Over.
Yeah, you're plus 30 to me, and just watching my voice peaks on an external meter, and just nudging 10 watts on the peaks. I've got it set to, yeah, I've got it set to average. So yeah, it is peaking about 10 watts. But I suppose it's averaging out about 5 or 6 watts if I don't shout into the microphone. But there you go. Oh, mate, yeah, well, as I say, I don't expect anything less. You know, I expect the radio to drift ever so slightly, given its age and given the fact that, you know, the bloke who sold it on eBay was, it powers up, haven't tested any further. So, you know, it was a gamble. But I paid 85 quid for it. And so I'm quite happy with this purchase. It's about the 6th or 7th TR-9000 that I've owned. And each one that I've bought has got better each time with less and less faults on it. So you never know. The next one comes along, it might be new in box, never been opened. We'll just have to wait and see. All the very best, mate, and I do appreciate your help. As I say, like Frank, it was good of you to pop up and give me a shout. But I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you later. I'll be down the club on Thursday, dropping, I don't know if you heard me telling Frank, I've got to drop off some gear to Jakub, and there's an M7 by the name of Mark, so I can't remember his call sign, but I've got this gear all in my car that's got to have a home to go to. So that's what I'll do, is I'll be down there Thursday, and if you're there, I might catch up with you then, mate. All the very best, 73, and catch you later. G8ZZK, this is M0JCF signing.
Yes, 73, see you Thursday week.
Cheers for that, mate. M0JCF going QRT. This frequency is clear for use. Frequency is clear for use.